We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Recession, political chaos, Islamic extremists, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. More than two-thirds of the economists at 23 large financial institutions predict that the nation's economy will slip into a recession in 2023, according to a Wall Street Journal survey. Two others said a downturn would hit in 2024, according to that survey. Several factors contributed to the gloomy assessment, including tightening lending standards, a housing market decline, and the fact that U.S. households are going through their pandemic-era savings. But the main recession threat comes from the Federal Reserve's aggressive interest rate hikes, which are designed to cool the economy to bring down record-high inflation. Inflation has fallen slightly, but remains far above the central bank's 2% target. That target has become harder and harder to hit due to increased federal spending, which is actually raising inflation rates in contrast to the Fed's actions. The 2023 congressional session is set to start, but as of this recording, House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy is struggling to line up the votes to be elected Speaker and remained a few votes short as Republicans prepared to take control of the House when the new Congress opens. A small number of Republican lawmakers publicly oppose him despite extraordinary concessions he made to win over conservative holdouts. The rule changes McCarthy proposed would make it easier for members of the GOP caucus to force a vote on removing him from the job. The changes also would end proxy voting and remote committee meetings allowed because of the pandemic, and halt fines for failure to comply with mask mandates and security screenings. The split shows a disorganized party that may cause more chaos in light of its slim majority. Trevor Bickford of Wells, Maine, has been charged with attacking 3 police officers with a machete near New York City's Times Square on New Year's Eve. He faces 2 counts of attempted murder of a police officer and 2 counts of assault. Investigators believe Bickford, age 19, traveled to New York from Maine to hurt police in an Islamic extremist attack, according to a senior law enforcement official. Bickford had been placed on a federal watch list that would have barred him from traveling overseas after his mother told the FBI her son had gravitated towards Islamic extremism, according to a report from ABC News. This is yet another example of someone known to the FBI committing violent attacks. Is this an indication that the FBI is no longer effective? Time will tell. President Biden approved a limited TikTok ban when he signed the 4,126-page spending bill into law. The ban prohibits the use of TikTok by the federal government's nearly 4 million employees on devices owned by its agencies, with limited exceptions for law enforcement, national security, and security research purposes. The ban comes after a wave of actions against the viral video app in recent weeks, amid mounting security concerns raised by media reports, China hawks, and politicians. Given the increasing scrutiny of TikTok, which is owned by the Chinese company ByteDance, it could be just the beginning of challenges to come for the app. As the debate goes forward, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the Democrat from New York, has been silent when she's asked whether she supports the bipartisan push to ban the social media platform from government phones due to the national security issues. AOC has based her entire political career on being a social media influencer and routinely uses TikTok despite the security concerns. Ukrainian rockets demolished a building Russia's military was using as a temporary barracks in an occupied city in eastern Ukraine's Donetsk region, killing 63 Russian troops, according to the Russian Defense Ministry. The strike, one of the deadliest since Russia invaded Ukraine in February, prompted calls from Russian nationalist bloggers for the Kremlin to punish commanders for housing soldiers at the site next to an ammunition dump in a former vocational college. Ukraine said the strike killed hundreds of Russians. Igor Girkin, a former Russian paramilitary commander in Ukraine, wrote on Telegram that many hundreds were killed or wounded. Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin was hospitalized in critical condition Monday after suffering a cardiac arrest during a game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Hamlin, age 24, had just tackled Bengals receiver T. Higgins, who ran into him at full speed. Hamlin got up after the play, took 2 steps, and fell on his back. Medical staff restored his heartbeat on the field. Hamlin was then rushed by ambulance to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center for further testing and treatment, according to the Buffalo Bills. National Football League officials said the game, which was being watched by millions of viewers on ESPN's Monday Night Football, was postponed indefinitely. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.